Hello again. Welcome to another edition of CropLife Retail Week. We're back.
Yes,
Back
together finally
again for so much travel.
That's true.
Yeah, let's see, I can't remember what it was. It was like
At first, I was at the MAGIE show. Everyone
That's
at
right.
in Bloomington. It was a great time there. Lots of new products. A belated congratulations to the folks at AGCO. Their Terragator C series won the Showstopper Award. I know they were very proud of that.
Terragators are huge and get retailers all excited.
They're it's big iron. Everybody loves big irons. I mean, last year they won for the Rogator C series, so I guess C for them is a passing grade right now.
Okay. Wow. All right. Next. Then you were in MACA, and
I was at the MACA meeting. That was Bonnie McCarville and gang, 165 people there, which was a record number of attendees. Talked a little bit about industry trends, China, tariff, trade wars, stuff that we'll be covering in the magazine and online here in the next couple of weeks and months. And in between that, Paul, I actually served in jury duty. I was on a case looking at if a gentleman was going to be guilty of murder or not. And actually, our jury did find that the evidence supported that, yes, he had committed murder. So.
And you were indeed at the lever of the hangman's noose, weren't you?
I was the foreman of the jury, but I had nothing to do with sentencing. That was handled by the judge. So.
Yes, you could say that. But I know what they remember. That guy remembers the guy that said it.
Yeah, nobody could pronounce my last name either. That was the best part. So.
Well, that's a good thing.
But it's easy to look up online, unfortunately.
Just put SF and I Nell together and see what happens.
And one of my trips, Paul, actually at the safety school was going on at MAGIE that the ASMARK Institute held. I got to hear, I guess, the last official keynote address from our friend Jay Vroom just before he stepped off into retirement. And he made the comment at the event that he was like 5 days away. So, and I guess you were actually focusing a little on Jay recently yourself.
Yeah, well, we actually did I did an interview with him back in the winter time, back last Christmas.
Oh, wow.
Anticipating that this would be his last, kind of doing his victory lap around the country, and he's going to be at the CropLife America meeting.
You're going
in a couple of
right?
weeks. I'll be there, and I know we'll be able to get a chance to catch up with them, and they'll be, even though the gavel's already passed to some degree, or actually officially it has passed, but I'm sure there'll be some interesting things going on there as well. And so CLA should be an interesting show from the standpoint of appointments. So I've got a lot of appointments lined up to find out what's going on with some of these companies, and if they could tell me anything, which probably won't be a lot, but there were even some companies I'm trying to make appointments for where I got appointments with the companies, but they weren't sure who they were sending yet.
Oh no!
So it's been a lot of flux in the marketplace. So it'll be fun to check in with folks and see how things are going.
Well, it'll be interesting because I know next week I'm going to be making a trip over to Europe to visit a couple of the crop protection folks and hear some of the things they have to say over in places like Germany and Switzerland. And I know some of my appointments later in the week was told that certain key individuals I was looking to see were not going to be available because, lo and behold, they're heading to the CropLife America meeting here in America. So.
Well, we'll see if we can. You send those names to me, I can track them down.
Okay, no problem.
All right.
And the one other thing to mention, of course, Paul, we've been following the whole glyphosate verdict in California. That was about $289 million in favor of a gentleman who said that using Roundup had caused him to develop a form of cancer. Bayer has announced that just before that lawsuit kind of went to the verdict phase, that there were about 5,000 lawsuits across the country. But since the verdict, now we're about 9,000 lawsuits have been filed, and the next one's coming up here in St. Louis at the end of October. So we'll have to keep following this story, and I know when I'm talking to the Bayer folks in Germany next week, I'm sure I'll be discussing this topic among others with them.
Yeah, there've been a lot of those silly ambulance chaser commercials on TV.
Saw plenty of them when I was in Des Moines, Iowa at the MACA meeting. Yep.
All over the place, unfortunately. Well, wanted to shout out to our friends at GROWMARK for the FS mugs. We actually got these in person. We did a live version of this, believe it or not, They actually put up with us for an hour.
Yeah, I know.
And we
Look how
spoke,
lucky
but
you guys are. 5
you only
minutes
got
and
5
out.
minutes and you're out. So no, we had a lot of fun. It was a great conversation. So we appreciate the mugs from our friends at GROWMARK.
Yeah, and to everyone there, like I say, I'm going to be in Germany next week and at the Environmental Respect Awards event in early October in Washington. So I'll be back in after Columbus Day on October 8th, back in studio. So you can look for me at that point, and hopefully I'll have a special guest with me.
Yeah, thanks for showing up once. All right, well, I appreciate it. That's all for this edition of CropLife Retail Week, and we'll see me next week and him whenever.